The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go, let's go.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. You look at this Arizona defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And they needed to be because their offense struggled throughout the game. Right. Sometimes as a defense, you're not just shutting down the opposing team's offense, but you're outplaying their defense as well. And that's what they did in the last game.
Stroud. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. It's Zaven Collins who got in there to get the sack.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
Drop to the right, drop to the right. Drop to the right.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Here we go.
Now Stroud going to bat it forward on the touch pass. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
Mixing up the middle. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Alert hot, bro. Hey, south. 11. Hey.
And Stroud now to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And they needed to be because their offense struggled throughout the game. Sometimes as a defense, you're not just shutting down the opposing team's offense, but you have to outplay their defense as well, and that's what they did in their last game.
That's caught again by Schultz. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They will run for the first time here with White. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Stroud looking to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Here we go. Hey, uno.
Stroud working out of the gun. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 19. Throwing now is Stroud. Connecting on the out route here with Higgins. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 right at the 30.
They'll start with the option.
And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
On first down, it's Benson.
Fights loose. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
The Cardinals at 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Another run here with Benson.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now Murray off play action.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Here's 2nd and 10. Kyler going to give this to Benson.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
42 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal.
That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg? and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Marvin Harrison Jr., his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. This feels like something we'd see more commonly, CD, in a college game. They give it to the receiver down here in the red zone, but it winds up successful.
Yeah, partner, I think you'd think it's less likely to find running space to the edge down here close to the end zone where things are so condensed. But a lot of times you end up focusing on the running backs, and they're able to slip it to the receiver, and it resulted in a touchdown.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Oh, a good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Picked up a first down.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Stroud. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Under. Hey, south.
Stroud will look to throw once more. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Second and 10.
Hey.
To throw, it's Murray. He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And oh, that is going to be a safety.
I have to think the sooner halftime can get here for them, the better, because that first half has been rough. And that safety, it only adds to their issues. The other sideline, though, I think they're fine if we just skip the break and keep playing.
This is taken at the 10. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives.
And that's caught inside the 30.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
A huge play there for Arizona. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
A give up the middle with Benson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Let's go.
2nd and 7.
Throwing now is Murray. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Hey.
Here's Murray. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted.
Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Here's Stroud. Well, not much. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted.
Buda Baker with a pick, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column to see how he responds. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't one number for a really good game for a receiver. So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They give this one to their receiver, Watkins. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Murray going to throw. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Marvin Harrison Jr. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cards will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Here we go.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Let the hot. Here we go. Hey, uno. Puppy.
Stroud to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, uno more. Why Tony? No.
Looking to throw. Stroud. That is caught, and he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Hey, south. 11. Speed left.
Final play of the half, Stroud. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Murray now to throw. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Now when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
Murray now. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Throwing to start the drive. Stroud.
That one out wide and intercepted.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They run over center with Benson.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown.
Trey Benson, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. Now Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Marvin Harrison Jr. there to make the grab. And the Cardinals continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review. So they had it right. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
On the quick, right?
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Texans first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes. Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
The throwing again is Stroud. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
Touchdown, Houston.
Brevin Jordan, 38 yards. And the Texans are able to claw one back.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Still well in control of this ball game, despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. To throw is Murray. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Big
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Texans will take over.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Stroud.
That's going to be brought in by Higgins. The Texans on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Now Stroud going to bat it forward on the touch pass. Oh, and a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. And Stroud now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 53 yards.
And the Texans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught at the 5. And he gets into the end zone. We'll give him credit. They're not going to take this deficit lying down. They get 2 closer here on the fake extra point. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to give them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
One more.
Here's Murray. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A huge play there for Arizona. 45 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Murray.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now Murray again. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Christian Harris. And the Texans are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here, because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. And it doesn't always work out that way, as we saw there.
Stroud looking to throw.
That's complete. It's Collins. No gain on the play. And that will bring up second down.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Another one caught by Collins.
And some room to work. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Throwing now is Stroud. That is incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Stroud.
Escaping the pressure right. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Stroud off the play fake.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Why Tony? 12. 19 Texas.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position.
Back to throw it. Murray. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Murray.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, The second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Play action. Here's Stroud.
Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at triple zeros. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
On the quick, right?
Here's Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete.
And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 49 yards. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
All right.
Now they'll pitch it to Pierce.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely, pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Hey, south. Hey.
Stroud to throw it. This one left side caught by Collins.
Here we go, baby. Let's go.
3rd and 2.
11.
Now Stroud. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he is going to have a Texans first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Look to hot.
Operating from the gun, Stroud. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Now the Houston offense is going to stay out there as they'll try for 2. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he'll get in. And they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Cardinals' hands team able to secure the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
A little jet sweep to start the drive.
And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.